Okay, super fast 22 auto video sync. Howdy folks, you're watching Deuce, and have you ever wanted to have super fast 22 ammo? Well, they make high performance or high velocity ammo, such as this Winchester white box here. It's 1280 feet per second, and if you really want to step up your game, you can get the Stinger from CCI, and that is it's a lighter bullet. It's a 32 grain bullet, and it is 1640 feet per second. There's basically two different ways to make a bullet go faster out of your gun. Number one is to put more gunpowder behind the bullet. That's pretty simple. And number two is to make the bullet lighter, so then you use the same amount of gunpowder to push the bullet down the barrel faster. And it is actually starting to snow, which we're supposed to get a big blizzard here in Tennessee very shortly, within the next couple of hours. So I'm trying to get this done before all the bread, milk, and eggs are taken from the grocery store. It's a southern thing, that's just what we do. What I've done here is taken some Winchester Expert ammo, and I have modified it to be a lighter bullet. Instead of adding more gunpowder, lighter bullet. Here's the normal Winchester ammo, and here is the modified version. I basically made a wad cutter out of it, and I cut down as far as I felt it would still stabilize for the most part, because a 22 bullet is a heeled bullet, which means that the part below the case, below the mouth of the case, is smaller than 22 caliber. So you can't just cut it off flush, because it won't stabilize. It won't engage in the grooves in the rifling or anything. So you have to give a little bit of bullet on top of the case for it to actually work as a real 22 bullet. I've got my chronograph set up here. Let me just show you that real quick. Chronograph ready to go. I might try to see what these do against some soda cans later too, if the weather holds out. And my chronograph is recorded as we speak. First of all, 2 rounds of normal Winchester white box. 1332. That sounds about correct. 1262. That sounds, I think, even more correct. Remember, it is Winchester white box. And now we got 2 rounds of the modified ammo right there. So I have no idea if this will even feed. We're going to find out together. It's going to need a little coaxing to get in there. There we go. Okay. Now let's see what this does. 1456. So the lighter bullet did definitely do some higher velocity there. Nice. 1546. Very nice. And all we did was just shave off that little nose cone on the end of the 22 bullet. I did weigh these. I did pull out one of these bullets and weigh them, and it came out to about 15 or 16 grains per bullet. So from 36 grains to about 16 grains. But what about the Stingers? These have a modified case. It's an interesting design. Let's go ahead. I'll show you what I did here. The Stinger bullet is a much lighter bullet. It's 32 grain. So when I remove the top of that bullet like so, if I can get that to focus, then it only dropped it down to 20 grains, unfortunately, but it has a lot more case and a lot more powder behind it. What's going to happen? Let's find out. All right, first a baseline with the Stingers, 2 rounds with the standard Stinger ammo. 1533, very nice. And I love the Stinger ammo though, although it didn't eject. There we go. I love the Stinger ammo. I used to use this exact Stinger ammo in this exact rifle at the shooting range to shoot targets at 200 yards. Rimfire 22, 200 yards. All on like a 7 or 8 inch target, which is pretty cool. All right, we have 1600 feet per second. Now let's find out what this is going to do. I'm just going to load these in individually. There we go. Wait, what? It's slower? Just to make sure we don't have a fluke. Okay, so the Stinger ammo, we have an interesting phenomenon here, which is the fact that there's probably not enough pressure against the gunpowder to fully burn correctly, because the type of gunpowder is different between all the cartridges, and apparently the Stinger ammo requires a little bit more back pressure than what the 20 grain bullet that I'm shooting with it needs. Does that make sense? The bullet's basically not heavy enough to make all the gunpowder burn correctly. That's about the best way I can phrase that. But we did get that second one almost at 1,700 feet per second, which that's pretty good. That is approaching 22 Magnum territory. And now one more experiment right here. A regular Winchester 22 round here. We're gonna hit the Diet Cola on the right. Exactly what I expected. Will the modified Winchester white box ammo at the higher speed perform differently? Let's find out, because we're going from a hollow point to a wad cutter. I have no idea what to expect. Hard to tell. Hard to tell, but it's always fun to shoot stuff, especially when they blow up. Well, guys, that's for me today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, give me a like and go subscribe. A lot more is on the way. If you have any comments, questions, show ideas, leave that in the comment box of the video. I'll try to get as many as possible. And as always, you guys have a great day. See ya.